On this week's GTA 5 o'clock, GTA 5's Trevor to appear on your TV screens, plus the fifth and final heist completed. It's all here on this week's GTA 5 o'clock. Hello and welcome to this week's GTA 5 o'clock. I'm your host James Jarvis, and this week I'm joined as ever by Ian Wilson, Mr. Trophy.
Hello.
Hello Ian. Yeah, so we've got a very cool video coming up in a second. It's going to be me and Mr. Trophy tackling the final heist of the in the sequence of 5. It's the fifth one. It's the big one.
It's the big one. It's the one they sort of teased out with the original trailers and stuff, isn't it? So.
So that's going to be very exciting. But first, quick little bit of news. If you're interested in seeing one of the GTA 5 voice actors on your actual TV.
On your telly box, indeed. Yeah, if you've been following Better Call Saul, the spin-off from sort of Breaking Bad, then there's a post appeared on Reddit suggesting that next week's episode, so episode 9 in the season, I think it's called Pimento, Stephen Ogg, who many viewers,
friend of the show,
indeed, will recognise as the voice of Trevor from GTA 5, and indeed a lot of the motion capture, I believe, unless he's been working on getting his like swagger and stuff exactly the same as Trevor's after they made the game. Seems less likely. I think it's probably more likely that they got him to do the stuff for it. But yeah, he's going to be in that episode.
Cool.
There's no indication whether he's going to be a one-off or a recurring character or anything, but yeah, definitely be interesting to see him turn up on that.
Yeah, that'd be definitely worth checking out. So mark that in your calendars for next week.
Yeah.
But on to this week's stuff then. And we joined in the heist. You've been playing it this morning, in fact, through the setup missions.
Yeah, we worked through all the setup missions, got that sorted out, had some crew members on helping us out with that. That was really good.
So we've already stolen the bikes. We've already...
So we've got the bikes, we've got the hacking equipment.
We've got all the stuff.
Yeah, all the things.
That's all. And we've also got... We're going to show you, like... we wanted to show you an expert's guide throughout the thing, but we couldn't find any experts.
Yeah.
So we've done it.
Us. Yeah. How smoothly did this final heist go?
I think on a scale of 1 to smooth.
Yeah.
It was up there.
Yeah, definitely up in the smooth city. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what we've done is edited down the things that we did, because you don't want to see us dying multiple times.
No.
Not that we did. But if we had died, you don't want to see that.
No, you wouldn't want to watch
So we've gone through the Lester's cutscene already. So here we are, coming out of our apartment. We're all looking pretty snazzy. And we are off to the Pacific Standard Bank.
Yeah.
The one that we saw, as you say, in the trailers. The one that's been teased for a long time. One of the big heists. So we arrive at the bank in different vehicles. We all get out, we enter the bank, and then... it splits like it does on most of the heists. 2 people are on crowd control, and the other 2 people are going into the vault.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so you got 2 on crowd control, and then the other 2, one of you's on demolition. That was the other thing that we stole in the build-up mission. Some explosives from the army. They use those to crack into the vault, and then while they're doing that, the other person is doing like a little hacking mini game to actually get the vault open and get into the cache.
So when you're doing the hacking minigame, you were the one doing that.
Yeah.
I was the one upstairs keeping all the crowd under control.
Definitely under control.
Yeah. Now all you have to do there really is just shoot around the people, but not be too aggressive, because if you do it too much, one of the pesky people behind the counters presses one of the alarms.
Yeah.
That's bad. It's bad for you. You don't want that to happen, because then a load of cops come.
Yeah.
So once you've done the hacking game, then you have to grab the cash from the bank.
So yeah, so there's a couple of different security gates that the demolition person has to cut through. Then you do the hacking game to open the main vault door. There's another door behind that needs explosives to be taken out. And then basically once you do that, you get into the vault. And it's almost like, it's not really a mini game as such, but there's 2 piles of cash. You basically got to keep hammering the X button to keep shoving the cash into your bag. There's $500,000 on each of the 2 trolleys. So obviously if you've got 2 of you down there, you can do 1 each, grab it all up and get out of there.
And then once you've got all that, you get back to the main lobby of the bank. You open the door and are instantly surrounded by
all the police.
All of Los Santos PD.
Yeah.
And then, so instead of having an actual getaway car, which you'd think would have been a good idea,
Yeah.
we haven't got that.
No,
that's not one of the options, by the way.
No.
That's not a failing on our part.
Exactly.
So you have to go down an alleyway and shoot your way out.
It's very, very reminiscent of Heat, the film. This section running down the street with you got the big bags of cash slung over your shoulders, loads of police fighting with stuff blowing up everywhere.
Now, we should say that if you get shot by the police, you lose money throughout this thing.
Yeah, that's it. So, your little counter in the corner is ticking down every time you get shot, because I think it's every time the players with the money get shot, you see like little notes fluttering away when they get hit. So, it's best to kind of protect your money carriers. And
also what we discovered from maybe doing it ourselves is if you die, you lose a whole chunk of cash.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not sure whether the game actually like penalises you for dying, or whether it's just the fact that you any money that you've lost so far is gone, and then like obviously if you're then getting shot again, you're going to keep losing more and more money. So yeah, it's a bit sad to see that lovely $1 million ticking down in the corner. Yeah, the potential of $1 million is amazing, but to actually get away with that is pretty really impossible. Hard, so once you fought your way through the alleyway, you get on to the bikes that you stole off the Lost in one of the setup missions. Now this bit is quite tricky. This was well, maybe for us it was quite tricky. I mean, listening to like Lester's instructions when you get on the bikes is basically like that he's set out a route for you, which should be okay. It's like you can basically go anywhere you want. When we first tried doing it, I think we all tried going our separate ways, thinking we'd like be less of a target for the cops, and that would help us to escape, but it didn't really work out like that. We had a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. A lot of running into SWAT teams. Yeah, it's like, because basically once you come out of the bank, you get a 5-star wanted level. So you've got the normal police after you, and you've got SWAT vehicles with guys hanging off the side chasing you as well. So obviously it's quite tricky if you're on the bikes to actually be driving and returning fire and getting away at the same time. Yes, but if you do manage to negotiate your way out of the city, you head up into is it like Raton Canyon up that way? Yes, yeah, that's it. So you head up there on the bikes, and the idea that Lester has for you to do is to get up onto a bridge, parachute off, open your parachute, and then like parachute your way down onto a boat, which is waiting. Sail down to a boat that's down in the sort of the river in the canyon below. Which is a great plan. Brilliant. Great plan. The problem is that didn't quite work out so well for us. Not especially, no. I mean, did a lot better than me. Well, we both had a similar problem. The bridge that you meant to go over is just over the crest of a hill, and we both went over that speed and missed the bridge. So I fell off. I kind of hoped for the best and stayed on the bike, managed to land on the hills below and negotiate my way back up onto the road again. So I did not. No. So I made the jump and I got off the bike, got on my parachute, and everything was brilliant. But then one of the guys behind me also went over the jump, jumped off his bike to do his parachute. His bike went through my parachute, destroyed it, and then I fell and splattered in the canyon below. So that was not good teamwork. No, I mean, thankfully we did still have our team life left, because that would have been quite an upsetting way to have another respawn on this mission, so we got away with it. I just decided to sort of drive up to the bridge and then jump through a gap, open my parachute. You spotted that you'd missed the bridge, but your response was different. Yeah, I stowed my parachute and then splatted straight onto the ground below. But not quite hard enough to do any real damage. So. Which was fine. So then that basically meant that both me and you had to run down the giant hill. Sprint down the side of the mountain basically to get to the canyon. To get into the dinghy. But then once you're in the dinghy, it's relatively straightforward. Yeah. Exit into the sea. That's it. And then you're done. Out of there, so we think it took us about half an hour in total, with deaths in there. Yeah, with the restarts. Probably a bit longer. Yeah. But it was really good. It was really fun heist to do. We'll probably try and do it again, but better. Yes, that would be good. Less deaths, more money. Now we know what we're doing, Because, as we said, the £1 million is unachievable, but maybe we could get 800,000 out of it or something like that, if you know what you're doing.
So that's the heist completed. That's all the heist done.
We're done.
So I think we're trying to sort out a challenge. Like in the near future, we'll try and do the Elite Challenge. We'll try and go through these and show you guys our progress of doing it without anyone dying on any of the heists. That might be quite an exciting thing to do. So we'll be able to show you videos of that. Next week's show, maybe at a slightly different time. There's probably more news on that coming soon. Keep an eye out on our Twitter at GTAVOclock and Facebook at facebook.com/GTAVOclock. But until then, we will see you next week.